Years ago, Boy Scouts of America started, and in the very first troops, they had a few things. They had scouts, and they had a scoutmaster. And tonight, going into the 50th year of our troops' history, we will be bringing on board, officially, our newest scoutmaster. We'll have a very simple ceremony today, but we wanted to make sure that we include all the basic traditions. First of all, the qualifications of a scoutmaster are: there is a background check. They are expected to have displayed citizenship and all the ideals of scouting. And after that, they meet with the members of our committee, which are a number of adults that have been working with our troop for many years. And then they meet with the members of our sponsor, our charter sponsor, which is the Lutheran Church of the Resurrection. Following that, we have a simple ceremony. And so could we have Mitch Gorson, Mr. Gorson, come forward? And could we have Mr. Wayne Guest come forward? All right, does my hair look okay? No, it doesn't. That's good. First of all, one of the things that Mr. Hooten said on many, many occasions was that the reason that he was able to be a scoutmaster for almost a quarter of a century was because there were so many people that were doing a whole lot of the heavy lifting outside and making his job a whole lot easier. And he was very humble in that way. He did many incredible things, but it was absolutely the truth that he always had a number of senior scouts and adults and members of the community that were there to support. And so I will start with asking all of the adults and members of the community, do you pledge to support our new Scoutmaster, Mitch Gorson, as he begins the adventure of Scoutmaster of Troop 121? If you do, say, I do.
I do.
Now you have to say it much louder. If you do, say, I do.
I do.
Amen. The second part is that although this would normally be Mr. Hooten's opportunity, but Mr. Guest, if you could, and I didn't give you a chance to think about this ahead of time, if you could give one or two words of advice to the man that will be taking your place as Scoutmaster, what would those be, sir?
It's all about the boys, and don't wreck Daddy's Ferrari.
No, that's good. So,
I know that one.
there are a couple of things that we'd like to do. Traditionally, this would be the time that we would give the Scoutmaster patch. You already have it on, sir? Oh man, you are so prepared. That is so cool.
No, this patch is 45 years old.
It's so cool. And where did it come from?
It is the Scoutmaster patch of my Scoutmaster when I was 12 years old.
That is so cool. That is very, very good. Now, Mr. Harden, I don't feel that this should be something that comes from me. Who made this, first of all?
I made it.
This is right. And so this is a beautiful work of art. This is an incredible slide. Do you have anything else to say about it? The symbol, other than beauty, is
It's the beauty of wood.
the beauty of wood.
Yeah.
And so, as one of the tokens of your leadership position, sir, the beauty of wood.
Thank you. Can everybody see this? This is really beautiful.
In keeping with the support, and in keeping with the theme of I do, there was a woman that said I do many, many years ago to Mitch during a wedding ceremony. The job of a Scoutmaster is not a one-person job. It is a family job, it's a community job, but one of the people that is always working in the background is the spouse, the significant other of our Scoutmaster. And so, Mr. Gorson, would you, sir, introduce your wife to us?
It is my greatest pleasure, and I mean my greatest pleasure, to introduce my wife, who heard about scouting on our first date, to the Troop 121. Maureen Gorson, please come on up and
At this moment, our about-to-be new Scoutmaster has an opportunity to say just a very few words, of just very few short words, that will change our life and make us better people.
This is my Scoutmaster's minute. I've done a lot of Scoutmaster conferences with many of the boys in this group. One of the phrases I use over and over is that a good leader develops the leadership of others. What does that mean to you? And I ask that question to virtually every scout. What are you doing to develop the leadership of others? Scouting in this troop will offer you a lot of individual development. We're going to train you. We're going to provide experience. We're going to provide a venue for you to blossom as a leader. But in the end, what are you going to do to develop the leadership of others? You'll have an opportunity to answer that question over and over, particularly at your Eagle Board review. I look forward to meeting you there. Thank you for your time.
I have been asked by the Golden Empire Council, by the executive committee of our troop, led by Mr. Steve Romeo, by our charter sponsor, which is Pastor Ralph Suppers, and Mr. Fred Large, and by our present, soon-to-be retired interim scoutmaster, Mr. Wayne Getz, the International Brotherhood of Scouting. I'd like to introduce the newest scoutmaster in all of scouting, Mr. Mitch Gorson.
As my first official duty as Scoutmaster, it is my pleasure to introduce and to swear in tonight the lead ASM, the lead assistant scoutmasters of the Lost Patrol. Let's see, Ken and Chris, where'd you go? Come on up. So the lead ASM is the backbone of the adult leadership program. It is the person who has the day-to-day contact with the patrols. Parents, it's the man or woman who really knows your son best in our troop. We put a lot of responsibility on them to develop the leadership of others. So tonight, Ken and Chris, if you please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I promise to do my best.
I promise to do my best
To be worthy of the office of Lead Assistant Scoutmaster.
to be worthy of the office of Lead Assistant Scoutmaster
For the sake of my fellow scouts.
for the sake of my fellow scouts
In my troop. And my patrol.
and my patrol
And the World Brotherhood of Scouting.
and the World Brotherhood of Scouting.
Congratulations, you're now official the Lead ASMs of the Lost Patrol. Would you like to swear in the new patrol leader of